So I generally ask Ryan a few questions first. Are there any limits to how far you can walk?
No.
Run?
No.
Ride a bike?
No.
Climb stairs?
No.
And activity-wise, what types of activities have you done in recent months?
Swimming. I play guitar. Basketball. I skateboard with a helmet.
Good.
Well, reasonable limits for me were usually set up by my parents. It was a lot of like ask and they tell you what would be appropriate. And then as I started to grow older, I got to realize like what were my own limits and what I could do myself, like with sports and school activities and stuff.
We like them to be active. We like our boys to be fully integrated into their schools, their communities, to be doing things. We do recommend that they not take unneeded risk. You know, collision type sports, that's what I say.
Reasonable limits. I think that they shouldn't get too rough or wrestling like with their friends or anything.
Playing football and hockey, you're still pushing the limits a little bit too much.
Don't play lacrosse.
Right from the very beginning, you're talking to the family about safety and choices, so that family isn't going to often expose that person to football.
I find that ankles probably are the joint that gives most guys the most problems that I see in this clinic. And we know that bleed upon bleed in the same joint is not a good thing.
And that's important also. You need to make sure that you're pushing the limits to make yourself healthier and not pushing the limits that could endanger you.
The hard part is that it usually is feeling better sooner than that, right? Often the pain's gone, the movement's improving, and you think, well, I can walk on it. But it's what's happening inside that we're particularly worried about.
I'm not too concerned about having to give up anything because I haven't had any really major bleeds into any joints in a couple of years now. And I haven't had that many like prior to that. So for this foreseeable future at least, I don't believe I'll have to give up any of my activities. But when it comes time to it, I know it'll be best for my body in the long run.
I think it's important to exercise. It's a bit boring, but it's something you need to do.
It's tough to get started, but you need to get started, and then once you get started, it ends up being a lot easier to go to the gym.
I love fulfilling my goals, but if something comes up where I can't reach it for whatever reason, or I decide that that's not what's best for me, then I just roll with it.
In many ways, it's about making choices. And we hope that just like growing up without hemophilia, growing up with hemophilia, you have been educated and supported to make good choices. And there are different choices at different ages.